Vauxhall Mokka 2021 Long-Term Review. But before we start, please support us by pressing the like and subscribe buttons, so that we can continue to provide information about car and motorcycle news. Also turn on the bell button to get the latest updates. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. The arrival at my flat last week of a Nissan Juke triple auto for an online review made for an ideal impromptu twin test against our long-term Vauxhall Mokka triple auto. I would love to know what the neighbours suspect I do for a living. The Juke is one of the Mokka's main rivals, having followed in the footsteps of the larger Qashqai by establishing a market niche that very quickly became the exact opposite. In this case, the compact crossover. The first thing that struck me was how both look much better than their predecessors, particularly the Juke, which no longer appears as a bloated frog, and will surely make owners less inclined to permanently leave their fog lights on. I also noted that both go for a color contrasting style line over their glasshouses, which in either case is an enhancer. Much was made at the launch of the Juke about the improvement in quality to its interior, and indeed it looks very snazzy here, what with its padded leather covering, orange ambient lighting and Mercedes-aping jet engine style air vents. Yet in spite of its materials feeling less premium, I prefer the cockpit of the Mokka. Its pure panel dashboard layout, comprising an infotainment touchscreen and an equal-sized digital instrument display, is as clear as it is effective, in contrast to the cluttered clusters of its Japanese equivalent. The Mokka also feels roomier somehow, even though in reality they're closely matched, I suppose due to the chubbiness of the Juke's center console and sports seats. The Juke fights back, though, with its automatic gear selector and its sound system. The first is superior because it's a manual box-style lever that you simply can't miss, even more so when it's encircled in orange at night, like the rim of a volcano, in contrast to the Mokka's piddly little switch that your fingers have to search about for. And the second is better because this Juke has Nissan's Bose system, which sounds good, if not great, and, unusually, can give a surround effect, thanks to speakers on the sides of the front headrests. To drive, the Mokka is noticeably nippier, producing 128 bhp versus 112 bhp. Yes, there's a 99 bhp version of this engine that more directly competes with that of the Juke, but the point is that Vauxhall offers a choice. Nissan doesn't. The next biggest difference is definitely the steering. Having got used to the light as air helm of the Mokka, the meatiness of the Juke surprised me. After all, this Nissan isn't meant to be a sporty one. Or is it? It also handles a bit more sharply than the Vauxhall and its ride is firmer, but, importantly, not harsh, giving it a more sure-footed feel. Disappointingly, both cars fall short in regards to their automatic gearboxes, a 7-speed dual clutcher in the Juke, an 8-speed torque converter in the Mokka. It's not that they're dim-witted or jarring when you're on the move, in fact, they're perfectly capable. The issue is with low-speed maneuvering. Trying to follow the parking instructions of the marshal on the Eurotunnel train in the Mokka was thoroughly embarrassing, even with the engine stop-start system switched off, but trying to park the Juke in a parallel bay was downright frustrating. Have autos always been inept in this way? If so, I'm not remembering correctly. Perhaps it's due to WLTP test-friendly programming. Either way, give me a good old manual. Love it. Pure panel. I really like the simple look of the touchscreen, even if its menus can often be unintuitive, and the sat-nav map on the dial display. Loathe it. Box park when I try to slowly and carefully creep forward in order to not hit anything. First gear disengages, so I end up with a series of lurches. Sorry, Vauxhall, but I'm afraid I must be brutally honest here. The original Mokka was one of the least inspiring cars I've driven in nearly 6 years in this job. But I couldn't be happier to report that the MK2 is an entirely different kettle of fish, in terms of how it drives, how it feels inside and, most of all, how very attractive its exterior design is. Already we have much to thank Stellantis for. Time to see what its sporting and long-haul credentials are like, October 27, 2021. So far, we've established that the Mokka is an economical car, both in its standard driving mode and greener eco. I've dabbled with sport, but not extensively, so where better to do that than the sweeping rural roads of Yorkshire? Switching to the sport driving setting douses the digital driver's display with red and adds sharpness to the throttle response. The 8-speed automatic gearbox is slightly more responsive, too. The Mokka is certainly capable on these winding roads. The 1.2-liter turbocharged petrol unit in our car offers 128 bhp, which is delivered smoothly enough.
Thanks for watching.
Drop a like. Leave a comment.
And don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.